The reason I chose TSE was because I was really interested for my undergrad studies in economics and environmental science, and TSE was one of the few programs in Europe where I could actually study both economics and ecology. So that was the primary reason I chose TSE. So based upon your background, you should already have some experience with econometrics, microeconomics, mathematics more generally, things like this. But additionally, when applying, if you're an international student outside of France, you need to complete the GRE, which is a standardized test, which again, assesses your levels in mathematics and verbal reasoning. So one needs to have very good, particularly quantitative skills, I believe, for the admissions process. My undergraduate studies were in economics with environmental science, and this was something from my program I was really interested in, and I knew it's something I wanted to continue doing because it's really important, particularly now with mounting issues like biodiversity loss and climate change, that there's people who are knowledgeable and skilled in both of these areas. I would say the main skills I've acquired are primarily quantitative. Again, I think there's a really strong emphasis on quantitative skills here, so things like econometrics, statistics, mathematics more generally. I think I've improved a lot in that respect. But specific to ecology, I've had a lot of opportunities for actually engage in practical and applied skills for environmental management, for example, and I've gotten a lot of value out of those classes as well. With respect to the ecology program, I really enjoyed, we had a class called biodiversity assessment, and as part of that we just learned how the biodiversity richness of areas in lands is assessed in practice, and so we actually were able to go on a field trip to an area outside of Toulouse in order to use these skills in practice, which is something I've never had before in any of my studies. So for me that was particularly great. But no, I think the environmental team has been very helpful, and there's been a lot of really interesting classes. So there were a lot of professors from INRAE who came to give lectures. There was particularly one course, Sustainable Management, where we had a lot of visiting and guest lecturers. Almost all of them were in some form affiliated with INRAE. So I think TSE does prepare you for the professional world. They offer a lot of opportunities. Business Networking Day is one that comes to mind, where a lot of organizations come to effectively recruit TSE students. I think that me having had these studies in environmental economics will be very helpful. I've really enjoyed my student life here in Toulouse. All of my peers and my program have been very nice. There's a lot of opportunities for doing extracurricular activities, both with respect to sports through TSE and UT1, but also with respect to a lot of the extracurricular academic seminars and talks that TSE puts on regularly. So there's plenty to do, and it has been very enjoyable in that respect. Yes, so I'm currently planning on doing an internship at the OECD Environment Directorate, and I'll be there within the Climate Resilience and Adaptation team, and my hope would be to turn that into a contract once my internship is complete. Even if I can't, then my intention is to continue to live and work in France doing environmental economics.